Oh, oh man, it's so early. What time is it? Oh, it's not even dawn yet. Man, I just had the craziest dream, like I was in some kind of infomercial or something. It was terrible. There were like bears or I'm forgetting already. Yeah. Hi guys. Sorry, it's been a while since the last episode. I've been doing a ton of stuff off camera. You may notice I'm in a little bit of a different area here, but I have been working hard. I've been trying to get a few things done off camera just so I have a starting point. I've got my forge set up. I've got a copper anvil here, a couple of spare ingots. Basically, all of my worldly possessions are here in this little pile. I've got my quern. I've got a few seeds and bits and pieces I've found. Some hides, bunch of berry bushes, a little bit of copper, some TNT. I'll find a use for that at some point, I'm sure, and some wood and stuff. But yeah, I've picked a new spot here, and mostly what I've been doing for the last week or so, or whatever it's been, is exploring. So we started off all the way up here in the north, and I kind of hated where we were. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. So we were in this little area down here with that structure we'd found. I basically explored all of that island, well, a large chunk of it, a bunch more, just worked my way south. I was just trying to find somewhere that had some nice stuff. Somewhere where I could actually settle properly, start building, make an actual little village up, get some buildings going. Explored all of, it's gonna load, all of this stuff over here. But I settled in this little area with these rivers and stuff. Oh, sun's coming up now. I don't know, it just looked kind of cool. I liked it. There's a bunch of high mountains. There's some rivers and things here. Some spiders and bad things. It's been pretty rough. I had a copper axe as well, and I've broken that fighting off zombies mostly. I haven't even used it on that many trees. Bunch of little rivers here. I thought maybe I could put... Oh, what was that? Sorry, I just took damage from something. Anyway, maybe get some crops growing along these rivers. I had images of making little bridges across them and stuff. Waterfalls, get some water wheels going, get some power from those. Let's look over here. There's another big waterfall around here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. That seemed kind of cool to me. Big dramatic cliffs. I don't know, I think this will be good. Be able to build some stuff here. And the rocks and everything around here are pretty good too. So we've got schist. I'm not too enamored with that. It does look interesting. It's got kind of like a weathered look to it. I might build something out of that. Is that a tornado? Oh, this is the risk of not having your weather sounds turned up. Hopefully that doesn't bother us too much. We've also got like dacite, diorite, gabbro all around here. Gabbro is a big one because that's where we're going to get our diamonds and our nickel from. In fact, most of the bottom layer around here is gabbro, so that's going to be pretty good. And it's quite a nice rock to build with too. I might just gather a bunch of that just for building. And hickory. Hickory for days around here. It's not so good for... Uh-oh. It's fine. Is it going to get the spider? No, he's fine. How disappointing. Alright. Let's get away from the scary noise. Run. Okay. Okay. There we go. But yeah, if you look on the map, like all of this here it's just a pure hickory forest. All of this over here is a hickory forest. Over here is some basalt as well, this little darker area. I don't know, I quite like basalt, but it's so dark compared to all the other stones we've got. It might be too much of a contrast, but maybe I'll use it for some paths or some roads or something. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you. I'm trying to get some inspiration on what to build in this area, though. I mean, what building style to go for. I had some buildings I saved using Schematica, which is in this mod pack from the last server when I was playing on the public server. And I might reuse some of those, or I might kind of tweak them a little bit. I might try to improve my building style. I'm just trying to plan for the future too, because we've got a couple of mods being added soon, or so I've heard. One of those is logistics pipes. We could use those for making like automated storage. I think that's going to be kind of cool. It's something which has been missing from this pack, or at least as long as I've been playing it. So I don't know what to do. Every time I build like a storage building, it ends up being this huge sort of clunky thing, or I just shove it deep underground somewhere where, you know, I don't have to look at it, but I can still get to it. I was thinking of maybe, you know, building some overhanging little shacks into the wall here with tons of chests in them, because then I could run pipes like along the back. Thought that might be kind of cool. Yeah, I definitely want to build a windmill, maybe on this little patch here, or over in this back a little bit here, and use that as a place for processing my food. And then I need to get a blacksmith building going as well, because like I've got these over here, but I want to have a more permanent building. I want to get into iron as quickly as I can, so I can start building some cool machinery. That's going to mean, well, I need like bloomeries, I need a blast furnace eventually, so I need a structure to put those into. And it would be kind of cool to get some stuff up on those cliffs so you could look down and look out around the terrain. Yeah, maybe some kind of like mage tower or something, because we have Thaumcraft, and that has some nice stuff that I'd like to get into as early as possible, really. And then we've got blood magic as well, which is brand new to the pack, well, newish, and that takes a ton of space, because you need, well, you only really need one altar, but having more than one makes the whole thing more accessible. So yeah, just thought I'd show you where I was up to. I don't know, maybe get people's thoughts on that, whether anyone had any ideas for like building styles or combinations. I'm a little bit picky about what things I put together. I don't like I don't mind a little bit of contrast, but I don't like things to clash, like color-wise. That's one of the downsides to this area. Like that kind of stone there is almost purpley compared to this schist, which has like a greeny tinge to it. I don't really like how those go together. Maybe we'll have to do something with that. Yeah, I haven't really designed a barn or anything for ages. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, just thought I'd check in with you guys, let you know what I was up to. And hopefully next time I cut in, I'll have something to play around with in terms of building styles, at least something to show people and see what everyone thinks of them. But yeah, that's it. Okay, before I do anything else, I decided I should probably get myself organized. This is not going to cut it for me. I want to have a way of storing all my stuff. I'm probably going to get to work on making those chests for, I don't know, some kind of system over there. I think my issue with that is I want to pack them quite tightly, and the only wood around here is pretty much this hickory, which is nice to build with, but I don't know, I'll figure that out. What I'm cooking right now is a bunch of copper to make some tools. I made another prospector's pick, and I made a copper hoe, because I'm going to run over here, I'm going to flatten some of this out, I'm going to get some farmland going, so I don't have to worry about food while I'm working on other things. But I'm also going to get my backpack organized, my barrel backpack. One of the ways I like to do that is by filling it with vessels and color coding them. You can do that by making your vessels. Oh, there we go, fail. Alright, 2, 3, 4. Get your clay vessel. Combine it in your inventory with a piece of dye, and you get a dyed vessel. Has a little bit of color around the bottom, so that's the orange one. I'll show you what they turn out as, because this one's just finished. There we go. Ceramic vessel, a bit of color on it. I like to use orange ones for stuff that I'm cooking. Ores and minerals, I mean. So this, for example, oh, where's my... I'll probably need these ceramic molds. Pick you up. And there we go. And I'm basically just going to be making copper ingots for a little while. So I'm going to cut here, get all my little vessels sorted out, and then I'll cut back in and show you what I've done when I've finished. Okay, yeah, they're all done. These are pretty much all the colors I could make with the dyes I had to hand. So I got my orange ones. I'm going to use those for, like I said, cooking up ingots. I quite like to to smelt ores in pit kilns wherever I can. You can't do it with everything, but it's way quicker. I'll give an example of that later on. I'll show you the kinds of ores that you can and can't do over the course of this Let's Play. I've got my reds and white. I'm using that for, well, I'll show you in a sec. But pink and yellow. And I've got my barrel ready to go. I'm going to use the white ones for just like junk, basically. I pick up. Red one's going to be spare tools, torches, ladders, and then I'll use the yellow ones for keeping food. I just like doing it this way, so you get hungry, you don't have to go searching through your barrels and trying to figure out which ones have food. You just go straight to it, take it out, get your sandwich, and move on. I also made a little food prep table here. I haven't actually got enough ingredients to make anything yet, so I'm still munching on my bread and my raw ingredients. But yeah, I thought I'd get started there. Get some farmland going. Let's get out the 4. I'm just going to try and follow the shape of the land as much as I can. Yeah, that's it. While I'm working, I thought maybe I could talk to you guys for a bit, actually. Get something off my chest. It's been driving me crazy for the last few weeks. I worked for like this department store, and I've worked for them part-time for many, many years. Well, I've done a bit of full-time and stuff as well, but I've been at university studying, and so I've been working part-time alongside that, just trying to pay my bills, feed myself. I say trying because it's been getting pretty rough. And I had to actually stop my last degree just because I couldn't afford to carry on with it anymore. And I've been trying to get full-time at this place. I work hard. I have a pretty good reputation around the place as someone who can be relied on to deal with complicated things in a professional way. I deal with a lot of complaints and I get them resolved for people. I do a lot of the training for people around the store. I've just trained all of our Christmas temps, even. And so I said to them, like, guys, I need to work full time. I'm not earning enough. I wasn't asking for like a pay rise or anything. I just wanted to be able to work more hours. And it's a pretty tough environment in retail at the moment. There isn't always the money to go around to pay for extra staff, so it didn't happen straight away. I had to wait a while. But then we had a couple of our current full-timers either go on to like early retirement or move on to other departments. The hours were free, and so I got them offered to me. So I took them. Obviously, I was pretty grateful. It's meant I've been working some crazy shifts. I've been working like 8 days in a row, 9 days in a row. I just got off a 9-day stretch. And I'm pretty tired by the end of that. You can be working from like 10 in the morning till like 8 o'clock at night sometimes. So by the time you get home, you're pretty tired. People always say I don't sound very energetic. That's one of the reasons why. But I've been working. Just want to get paid for it. But very early on in that new contract, I got sick. Now, part of that was probably because I had just come out of a 17-day-in-a-row stretch where I'd been working for my department and another one, trying to do some extra hours and make some extra money. But for whatever reason, I got sick. I know some places have different policies about it, but where I work, if you're on a contract and you get sick, you get sick pay. You don't get any overtime rates or anything like that, but you at least get your basic pay for while you're off sick, as long as it's not over a certain amount of time. Otherwise, you need to have like doctor's notes and stuff like that. But it was about a week and a half, something like that. And this is after my new full-time contract that I've been given had started. And, I thought nothing of it. It sucked that I was off sick, but I came back in as soon as I could. I was like checking in with them, telling them how I was getting along and stuff. I came back in. And then the next month I looked at my pay slip, and it turns out they hadn't paid me for that. They owed me something like £400, which is quite a lot of money for me. And I challenged my line manager about it, and his response was, nope, even though we've given you a contract now, it's not a real contract. You're working additional hours still. Bear in mind, this is for my own department, and we've had all these other people leave, and I've actually negotiated a couple of different contracts with them to get it right by this stage. He goes, no, you're on additional hours. If you don't work a day, you don't get paid for it. Which, if that was true, would have been fair enough. But that wasn't what we had agreed. Like, I had these contracts on my online we have this like internal thing where you can see all your what your contract is, what your contractual hours. So I challenge him, and he keeps saying, no, you're not entitled to it, not entitled to it. So I do a bit of background research. I call up for some advice. And I go, no, you're definitely wrong. It's here in black and white. I have a contract to do full-time hours, therefore I'm entitled to this. And I'm not the kind of person who likes to push stuff like that. I don't like getting something for nothing. It's just that when you're working in a place like that, and you're already in a pretty bad financial situation, you know, that's a lot of money. You can't afford to just swallow it. So I didn't have a choice. I had to pursue this. I couldn't afford not to get this. So he begrudgingly says, yeah, okay, I'll sort that out for you. I'll speak to my manager and see what he says. And then this is after my 8-day stretch, I finally got a few days off. And when I came back into work, I came into an email that basically said, yeah, we've agreed to give you the money that we owe you for the sick pay, but to avoid any further confusion, we're going to cancel your full-time contract. And it was effective, like, while I was on, like, my few days off. So it started pretty much the day that I started my day off. I came back in, and I'd been reverted onto my previous part-time contract for, like, a week already. And then I had to work all of that week as well, because I was actually being loaned out to our training department, and I was supposed to be training all of our Christmas temps. So I couldn't just not be there, because I was the one who was supposed to be doing it. We had all these poor new people starting off, and they were going to be turning up, and there'd be no one to give them their training or give them their access to all the systems that we use. So I had to carry on working, and while I'm there, I'm going, you can't just change someone's contract without discussing it with them. Like, you have to give some kind of notice period. You can't just do it because you're angry that I've been chasing you about this sick pay, which I was entitled to. I ended up having to go get some advice about that as well, like legal advice from our personnel teams. And they seemed pretty angry as well. And they're like, no, you definitely can't do that. You definitely can't. You need to go get that sorted out. Speak to his manager, get it all organized. He should really be doing this pretty quickly for you. So I did. I went to him. And then I spent the last week in arguments by email and in person with my line manager and his boss, with him trying to mediate between us. And this guy's still fighting it every step of the way. He's saying, nope, he was never on a contract. He never on a full-time contract. I'm like, it was there. It's on the system. Black and white. Like, it's right there. And he's still denying it. And then we got paid again this month, after they've agreed to put me back on my full-time contract temporarily. I've only got it for a couple of months now, but that was kind of the compromise that we reached. You know, I thought it was all sorted out, that we got paid again. I think it was yesterday, and they've underpaid me by another £300. So I'm like, give me a break, guys. Pretty angry, pretty frustrated, and I'm having to chase them about that then. I'm like, I can't wait another month for this pay to get sorted out. It's Christmas. Like, I've got a lot of family I need to buy presents for. You know, it needs to be done as quickly as possible. And then they're fighting that as well. I mean, long story short, it got sorted out, but it's just been non-stop for the last week and a half. So, I don't know. Has anyone else ever had similar issues like that with managers? I kind of didn't believe that could actually happen, that people could actually think they could get away with, or even want to mess people around like that. That's the thing that's frustrated me the most about it, is that this guy is supposed to be responsible for me. He's a manager of people. He's in charge of my personal development. He's supposed to be encouraging me. He's supposed to be supporting me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get the mentality. I don't get it. Sorry, that was a little bit ranty. I apologize for that. I just wanted to get it off my chest. And no one ever watches this anyway, so there it is. But yeah, I guess I'll keep working on this farm area, and well, we'll see how far I get. I'll cut back in at the end, and I'll show you guys the finished project. How's that? Yep. I think that's going to do it for this episode. I've got all of my seeds that I had planted, dotted around here, coming around the bottom, and then I expanded the little shoreline over on the other side here. Got my sugar cane going, so hopefully get some rum at some point. I was just trying to think about how I wanted to lay this place out as well. So I do think I'm going to put the storage along there because it's a nice long flat wall, and I might make this a little central area, put my bed and everything here. But bridge-wise, I was thinking where this cobblestone is, if I made a little like bridge over that little mini rapids waterfall area there onto this middle island, and have maybe the windmill there with some, like a cellar underneath to store all the food. Thought that might be kind of cool. And then maybe have a path that runs over this way. I'll dig this out so it's flat and level. And then either splits, this monstrosity is going to have to go. I have a bridge that cuts across here as well. I might have to change some of this farmland onto that other island on the other side there. And then another path that cuts along this sort of shoreline here. Maybe cuts across again onto that island. We'll see. I haven't decided where I want to put things yet. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. That's going to do it for this episode. I will see you in the next one.